Most of the PvP that happens in Escape from Tarkov happens close range, and in a close quarters fight, there are so many decisions you have to make in a split second. In this episode of Lessons from Beyond the Grave, we're going to take a look at a decision I found myself making a lot when I would watch clips back that was constantly getting me killed. We're going to analyze it and break it down so it doesn't happen to you. I'm Jessekazam, welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. Now I love doing these on my Beyond the Grave videos because these videos are all about learning, but I want to take a second and talk about this video's sponsor, Skillshare. Now I'm sure by now you've heard that Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes where you can come together with other people, learn new skills, explore creativity, and deepen existing passions. But I want to talk about how crazy it is that this exists, that we have the ability to learn basically anything we want to learn at our fingertips. And in today's world, that can be equally as exciting and inspiring and overwhelming. And Skillshare kind of comes in and bridges that gap. One of my favorite things that they're doing right now is partnering with YouTubers in teaching a lot of this stuff. Some of the classes that I have had the most fun taking were things like the photography class by Mango Street Labs, and even MKBHD has his own class on YouTube on how to script, shoot, and edit with MKBHD. The whole thing is curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads, they are always launching new classes, so it's all about keeping you focused on whatever you want to learn and wherever your creativity takes you. I'm super excited to be working with them, and I'm super excited that the first 1,000 people that click the link below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium, and 1 month is a lot of time to learn a lot of stuff, so I encourage you to get in there, try it out, and see if you like it. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, so we'll take a look at a few clips, but this video is about the subconscious decision to move away from cover instead of towards it. I've kind of covered this a little bit in some other videos, but I still find myself doing this, and I found a few clips that really showed this as an example. But when you're in a close quarters fight, like we said, there's so many decisions on when to peek, when not to peek, when to point fire, when to ADS, where the enemy's going to be, what hard cover you have. And a lot of times, there's like a commitment to a peek where you just decide you're going to peek, you're going to take this fight, and we just move away from all the cover we have. And then because the fight didn't end immediately, we maybe had enough time to retreat, fall back, reload or something, but I had positioned myself so far away from hard cover that I couldn't do that. So the setup for this first clip is the adrenaline is high. I've killed 4 PMCs out here in the middle and interchange. I've been moving around the mall quite a bit, getting kills, trying to pick off a squad one by one because my teammate died. There was basically one guy left. I was kind of trying to sneak up on him, and then this happens. So I was pretty devastated there because, like I said, it had been such a good raid. And to be honest with you, while we watched this back, most of the decisions that I made, I was really proud of. I played this raid really well. I killed a bunch of people. I had fully flanked around from where I killed the last person, so I didn't want this guy to know where I was. I saw him run down this hallway more towards Goshen. So the reason I was pushing up was because I thought he was going to be running that way to maybe even loot that last kill that I did. He ends up kind of doubling back. And I could have moved around this cover or this cover, but I didn't want to make noise because I knew that my flank was working and I didn't want him to know where I was. And you can never really predict the movement of somebody, but he ends up coming down here and facing me. He turns his light on. So we engage. We have to. There's nothing we can do. We are out of position as far as like not behind hard cover. We're crouched, which means we have kind of the recoil game. He's moving. I'm not. Let's go ahead and take some shots. We get some solid hits on him. I'm using BT, and I didn't kill the guy, so I don't know what he was wearing. I think he was wearing some chunky gear. We get some hits on him. We push up immediately. I thought he was going to be on the other side of this barrier, so I, position myself well, already ADS. I see he's kind of around here. I take some shots to suppress him because that's a hard kind of angle to get him, especially since I'm moving. I get myself into some cover. So now we go from the reload. He's throwing nades. I try and throw a grenade, but it wasn't a great nade. I don't want to overexpose myself. I don't want him to be waiting for me to throw the grenade. So the grenade was really just to like cause a ruckus and make some noise. The frustrating part here is I feel like the audio kind of got me. The only reason why I peeked was I really thought that he had peeked this corner. So I knew he was to my straight left I thought he had already peeked the corner looking for me, and I was going to basically, you know, peek him since I knew he was out there. And he hadn't peeked. He was behind the corner, so I felt like the audio did me dirty a little bit there. But right here, this is what we're talking about. I've committed to the peek, and for some reason, I just overcommitted. I was just like, all right, I'm done. I've decided I'm going to peek this, and I don't see this guy, and I continue to move out of cover here. I'm continuing this momentum. I had plenty of time to, like, right here be like, he's not here, move back into cover. He would have peeked me with that flashlight, and I would have seen it and been able to, like, make another decision and re-engage with him. But because he hadn't peeked yet, and I just keep moving out of cover, by the time I see that flashlight, he's boom. And actually, I think if we kind of freeze frame it there, he is completely hidden by my optic. I see the light round the corner. I see him peek. I'm trying to move my reticle this way and start to get some shots. He hits me a few times, aim punches me, and takes me out. So it's like we said, close quarters battles, and really just any sort of fight in Escape from Tarkov, there's so many decisions you have to make. It always feels bad to, you know, make 999 good decisions and then one bad one costs you the fight. I played really well in eliminating all these other players, but it only takes one bad decision. I overcommitted to this peek. The adrenaline was high, and it gave him the opportunity to peek a tight angle on a corner and catch me out of position. The flashlights in Escape from Tarkov are very strong, so it minimized my chances of getting a lucky headshot on him, and boom, he took me out. So I have a similar clip on reserve that we can look at as well. So we'll take a look at this clip on reserve. This was me and a duo. We had just killed some scavs. I was repacking some mags. We hear a team approaching. We kind of split, try to take them out, and this happens. Walking. Reloading in White Knight. Are you good?
I'm dead.
I ran out of ammo. I didn't know it was a 3-man. Damn. So a similar thing happens there. This was a really kind of like 0 to 100 moment. We hear a few people coming. We're in here. We had just killed some scavs, so we had made enough noise that they knew we were in here. My partner engages out here because it kind of sounds like they were going to come in here. They get shot at. They kind of wrap around, come through the hole in the wall. So I go for a split. I try and get behind these guys. We're not realizing how many there were. I'm able to take this guy out because he's just full kind of trying to catch up with his homies and push us in here. And the other two guys made it in here, killed my partner J Dream. And this was an interesting, just listen to the audio here. The audio cue told me there was one to my left and one to my right, and I didn't listen to that, and I still overcommitted to the peak. So we can definitely hear the guy on the left reloading and the guy on the right as well.
I'm dead.
They're both reloading. Are you good?
I'm dead.
They're both reloading. I take the left peek because I think he's here. I take some shots. It kind of registers in my brain that this guy is so close. I turn around and he's right here. Now, look at all this time. He's still, you can tell he's in the reload animation. He has not racked the bull after he reloaded yet because he had run out of ammo. Look at all the time I have. That 2 or 3 seconds could have been spent going right back out the hole that I came in. I peek in. I could have identified that there was two, realized that I was pinched between the two, and just backed right up. I could have flanked around here. I could have flanked back the way I came. I could have tossed grenades in. There was a lot of plays I could have made, but I peek in. I take some shots here, and I've got so much time. I'm still right by the hole to take a hard right here, get out of here. He is still reloading his gun. Now, of course, it's always hindsight is 2020. The guy's right in front of me. I didn't realize in the moment he was still reloading, but the guy's right in front of me, and I've got some shots. It does kind of look like I maybe, ricochet something off of his armor or something. There's a little bit of blood there. But I kind of whiffed. I overcommitted. I pushed into this fight, into where there was going to be two. Even if I killed this guy, like I clicked here, I think I ran out of ammo. Even if I did kill this guy, I wouldn't have had enough ammo to kill the other guy. And boom, we are dead. So this is something that the more that I watch clips, the more that I realize that I do a lot of my deaths come from that. Sometimes I'm on it. Sometimes I'm always aware of my cover. Sometimes I'm always, repositioning and just really on top of things. But this is why I highly encourage people to watch their own gameplay back. When you die, OBS replay buffer, NVIDIA Shadow Play, anything, when you die, watch it back, because a lot of times stuff like this happens where you don't realize you're putting yourself in a bad position. You don't realize that you may be forming a habit. So this is something I'm trying to break. Hopefully this helped you. Hopefully this identified that this might be something for you to work on. Just be aware of cover, be aware of where your momentum is and where you're moving, and give yourself the ability to make those split-second decisions to kind of fall back from a fight, move back into cover, because it just might means that you win that fight. So I hope that this helped, and I hope that you use this and start dropping more PMCs in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If you like it, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Like we said before, I stream Escape from Tarkov. All my links will be down below. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord community is an awesome place to be. That link is now below as well. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.